Right, the second, right, the destabilizing of the European market and Japanese market. Well, that's a step closer to their chip. Right, the people are already dependent on their currencies. Right, if they break these economies down, guess what? They can implement was the word I was looking for. They can implement their RFID chip, man, their mark of the beast. Right here it says again, but this one is on a global state. And really, if Europe falls and Japan falls, the whole economy in the world falls, man. They can't survive with that's pretty much the Western world, man. Right? It says the third decline in inflation in financial assets tied to oil could increase the tendency toward global financial instability. Oil deflation may lead to widespread bankruptcy and defaults of various non-financial companies, which will and default basically means to say, man, you can't pay the debt off, man. Right? So which will in turn precipitate financial instability in events in banks tied to those companies. The collapse of financial assets associated with with oil could also have a further chain of effects on forms of financial assets, thus spreading the financial instability to other credit markets. Right, the positive impacts of falling prices on economies, including the USA, right, are generally overrated. Right, oil price declines may not have as such of a positive impact as consumer and spending and business investments that are in many advanced economies now assume. And why do they assume that? Because the devil has told them that. And so it says the total net effect on the global economy will therefore likely prove negative than positive. Right, and that's pretty much all I wanted to get, man. Right, I mean, it goes on a little bit, but that's my point, mate, man. The devil will go out there and do something devilish, right? And then he'll tell you that someone else done it, man. Right, he'll put out their seeds of lying. That's why I'm going to go to here, Psalms the 55th chapter on the 25th verse. But I'm gonna start up here on the first verse. It says, give ear to my prayer, O Yahweh, right, and hide not thyself from my supplication, right, from our supreme begging, because really when these economies form, man, you're gonna have martial law, right, and guess who they're coming for first? They're coming for us because they have a red list, man, and we're on it, right? Us the men here at Durance that be pushing this truth and sincerity. So you signed your own note when you came here, man. You came into this truth, your note to get into camps, man, the detention camps. But that's why he says, hey, give heed to my supplication so you can be delivered out of it. He says, attend unto me and hear me. I moan and I complain and make noise, right? Because of the voice of the enemy, right? Because of the oppression of the wicked. For they cast iniquity upon me, right? Because it's a righteous thing to actually push the word of the Lord, but they consider it iniquity, so they cast it upon us, right? And in wrath they hate me. And how this is wrathful, man, right? But really, we don't care about falling oil prices and the implications of that, right? Or go for the falling, the economic consequences. We're not too concerned about that, man. We're gonna set up our own thing when the Yahushua comes on the scene. All right. Here is the fourth verse. It says, "My heart is sore pained within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me." It says, "Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. And I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest." And that goes to show you, man, the Bible was written by black men, because you're damn sure, man, I see black Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans saying that particular statements far too often. Right? But they say it far too often because we ain't in our own estate. This is not home, man. That's why it says here, that's why it says in the book of Revelations 18 chapter, come out of my people. If it was our home, we would have stayed up in it, man. Not talking about America, man. Most High is gonna send chariots to deliver the brothers wherever they're gonna be, man. Right? It says, "Lo, then will I wander far off and remain in the wilderness." So that it says, "I would have hastened my escape from the windy storm and the tempest. Destroy, O Lord, right, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city." Right, and that's what we're seeing. This is violence and strife. All you have to do is extrapolate, right, the effects of a broken dollar. You're gonna have rioting, right? You're gonna have people running up into people's houses and homes and all that shit, man. Right? It's gonna be all that chaos, man. But it's gonna be beautiful at the same time, because guess what? You Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans that are off the elect, you're gonna be all tight, man. You're gonna be alright. Yeah. It's back in the scriptures. Right, and it says, it says 10th verse, it says, "Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief," right? Also, and sorrow in the midst of it, right? This is mischief, going into these different countries and creating all kind of chaos. It's mischief. But as you're the devil, you're doing your job. Us, the men of the Lord, are going to stay about our job. And that's why really the Most High has led it to where the issues that we was having on YouTube for a while, with videos being taken down and all that, we don't really experience that anymore, you know. Right? That's because we're in a state of where the Most High has said, especially in the scripture, he said it best. It says, the servant is going to teach for a period of time. But after a period of time, man, that's it, man. We ain't gonna be out here just pushing the word. It says we're gonna be fishers of men for a period of time. We're gonna be hunters, man. Right? It says here in the 10th verse. I'll read the 10th verse again. It says, "Day and night they go about upon the walls thereof. Mischief also sorrows are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets," the American streets. It says, "For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. Then would I have hid myself. But it was thou, a man equal, my guide, my acquaintance." Right? We took sweet counsel together and walked upon the house of the Lord and company, talking about niggas that have sold out, right, and become an enemy to the truth. So some of these scriptures, man, they have a dual meaning. They have a somewhat ambiguous meaning, right? It's talking about people that are coming in the fold, man, too, right? Now they're against GMX. Now the Lord is not gonna come back and save his elect, man. He's not gonna avenge his elect. It's a damn shame, man. Right? It says, "We took sweet counsel together and walked upon unto the house of the Lord in company. Let death seize upon them," right? Which talking about all of them people, man, the wicked ones of Israel, right? The wicked ones not the wicked ones, all of the wicked, the heathen, man. Right? "Let death seize upon them, and let them all go down quickly into hell, for wickedness is in their dwelling place," right? "And among them, right? For me, I will call upon Yahweh, and Yahweh will save me. Even in the morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear me. He shall hear my voice." It says, "He hath delivered my soul in peace," right, "from the battle that was against me, that they were many with me." It says, "The Most High shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of all Salah, because they have no changes, therefore they fear not the Most High." Right, and here we're getting to the point. It says, "He hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him." Right, "He hath broken his covenant." It says, "The words of his mouth," talking about Esau, right, were smoother than butter. Right, so they tell you all of this stuff about, cheaper prices of oil is gonna mean you can do more business, but it ain't gonna be no business because the economy is going to be broken down. So yeah, it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, and his words were softer than oil, yet swords were drawn. Right? And then we'll just read the last 2 verses here. It says, cast thy burden upon Yahweh, and that's talking about us, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. But thou, O Yahweh, right, shall bring me down into the pit of destruction. Bring them down, rather more, into the pit of destruction. Bloody, deceitful men, right? Talking about Esau, man, that's such a so-called white man, right? Deceitful men shall not live out their days, but I will trust in thee, right? And that was pretty much it. And right, with that, I'm gonna say double honors to the apostles of GMS, and that's you brothers that be pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom.